I was sipping my morning coffee when I saw the forwarded email. It wasn't meant for me. Maybe someone clicked the wrong name. Or maybe fate just wanted me to know. It was a detailed itinerary for my daughter's wedding. Every moment planned out to the minute. I scrolled slowly, almost numb. The guest list was attached. My name wasn't there. Not at the bottom. Not even as an afterthought. I wasn't just left out. I had been erased. Claire, my wife of 26 years, and Emily, the daughter I'd raised with everything I had been planning this for months. The late-night whispers. The sudden silence when I entered a room. I told myself it was stress. Wedding nerves. They'd laugh about it later, I thought. But I was wrong. When I confronted them that evening, Claire sighed like I was a child pestering her. She rubbed her temples as though my presence was some unbearable noise. Emily didn't even flinch. She rolled her eyes. Dad, it's just a wedding. You're overreacting. Overreacting. That word sank into me like a nail. That's what people say when they want you to shut up, to sit down, to swallow your hurt like it's nothing. But I remember the nights I stayed up holding Emily through her heartbreaks, the days I worked overtime so she could go to her dream college, the years I sacrificed so they could have everything. And now I was nothing. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't beg. I simply booked a flight. 3 days before the wedding. I was halfway across the world, sitting on a balcony, watching the ocean stretch into forever. The sun melted into the waves while I sipped whiskey and let the silence wash over me. Then the calls started. First Claire, then Emily, then of all people, her fiancé Daniel. I didn't answer. The phone kept buzzing like guilt, trying to crawl its way back to me. Eventually I picked up. Emily's voice was frantic. Dad, where are you? She asked. On vacation. You need to come home. Why? There was a pause, long, sharp. Then Claire's voice broke through in the background. Shaky, desperate, because everything's gone. I smiled. They didn't know. They never saw it coming. But betrayal teaches you how to wait. Revenge isn't fury. It's patience in disguise. I had been preparing for months. The moment I noticed a shift, the guarded phone screens, the private bank statements, the way Claire flinched when I asked simple questions, I started planning. First, the money. Claire thought she was clever when she moved a large sum from my personal savings into a separate account. But I had already noticed. Quietly, without a word, I transferred it back and began liquidating our joint assets under the radar. No fuss, no confrontation. Just cold, calculated moves. Next, the house. Claire didn't know that I had triggered a clause in our prenup. The one that kicked in if financial fraud was proven. The six-figure withdrawal was all the proof I needed. Legally, the house was mine now. Every wall, every inch of floorboard. And then the wedding venue. The grand estate they picked was elite. Invitation only. Booked months in advance. Full payment required up front. Claire had put it under my name for a tax benefit. Big mistake. I canceled it 72 hours before the wedding. The deposit? Non-refundable. So when Emily called in a panic, it was because she was standing in front of an empty venue. Guests confused. No catering. No music. No flowers. No wedding. The dream day they had planned behind my back crumbled before their eyes. And I wasn't there to witness it. I was too busy enjoying peace, far away from the wreckage. I returned home 2 days later. The house was cold and silent. Furniture gone, utilities shut off. Claire stood in the empty living room, eyes red, mascara streaked, face pale like she hadn't slept in days. Why? She whispered. I stepped closer. My voice dropped low. You erased me first. Her lips trembled. A sob escaped. I didn't think you'd. What? Fight back. I tilted my head. That was your mistake. Footsteps thundered down the stairs. Emily appeared, her face a blend of shock and fury. Dad, how could you? How could I? I echoed. I looked her dead in the eyes. I gave you everything. Your school, your car, your life. And you didn't even think I deserved an invite. Not even a seat in the back row. She opened her mouth but couldn't find the words. I didn't need her to. Actions have consequences, I said calmly. You and your mother made your choice. Now you live with it. Claire moved out the next morning. Emily left a few days later. I heard through mutual friends they got married at the courthouse. No guests, no celebration, just paperwork. The fairy tale dissolved into a shadow. Claire tried calling, sent long messages filled with apologies and half-truths. I didn't answer. I had no words left for her. And me? I lived well, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity, because revenge isn't rage, it's restoration. And I had simply restored what was mine.